Welcome to NKD Conversations, where we get down to the nitty-gritty of the everyday struggles we experience in the most raw and authentic way. We'll cover topics like self-reflection, questioning God, abstinence, being Christian and not corny, and so much more. So join us as we bare our hearts and get naked in conversation, because what's there to be ashamed of anyways? I'm Deborah.
And I'm Candace. So let's get down to it.
What's up, y'all? We back.
Long time no speak.
What y'all been on?
I can say what we've been on.
So many things, all of the things.
Yes, girl, it's a new season. Literally and figuratively. Figuratively. I think that's how you say that.
Is. So we're so excited to be back, honestly. If you are watching, you see that we are in a different space. Because we need to, y'all just have to get out of my living room, okay? Y'all are really in my space.
Too up close and personal.
So up close and personal. And I get it. Naked conversation. We get it naked, honest, real, all of the things.
So much vulnerability you can get here, okay?
But baby, sometimes, let's talk about the truth and getting naked. Sometimes that living room and that kitchen don't be clean. Okay? So we needed to get out of my home, out of that part of my business, and, into a neutral territory.
Boundaries.
To get, naked.
All right.
Sister, how have you been since the last time?
I am better.
We love that. What does that
wiser.
mean?
I'm stronger. Much better. Much better. When I look back, overall, you brought me through. I can see that you was the one I held on to.
Now I never.
Girl, never would have made it. I am fantastic. I'm excellent. I'm marvelous. Things is on the up and up. Girl, a real turnaround. Even though everything hasn't come together in the physical, baby, my spirit is up.
We love
God
that.
is a promise keeper, okay? He never forgot. Jehovah Jireh of all things, joy, peace, and finances.
Come on.
I'm doing well.
Praise report. I love this.
How are you, sister?
Sis, I'm doing very well. I think that life is really on the up and up.
Mm-hmm.
Just in general, in every space, I feel like I am in a space with God where it's we got a groove going.
Mm-hmm.
We got a groove going. And everything isn't perfect, but everything feels like I can handle it. Or God can handle it while I'm just, kind of here.
Mm-hmm.
Literally, relational, friendships, everything. I'm still single very much so, but I also feel like I'm making a lot of headway in that space. Not in dating more than it is understanding what exactly it is that I desire, what is it that I want, all of those things.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm excited about that. I'm not going to lie. I'm really excited about it.
You see, the last time we spoke, we was fighting for our lives.
We were. And sometimes, and this might be a word for somebody, sometimes sit down. Take that break.
We said, look, we going to do seasons and we just going to have to.
Because,
you know what? Season 1 felt like the wilderness, but I feel like Canaan is on the horizon.
On the horizon, I can see.
And for those who don't know that story, because I can't be making assumptions that everybody know the Bible stories.
Mm-hmm.
The Israelites, the folks who was slaves for 40 years in Egypt.
If you don't know, rewind all the way back to
Exodus,
season 1.
Everybody knows Moses.
Mm-hmm.
Go read up on Moses. When God was like, okay, I'm going to take you out to the promised land, he made them take the long way. That was the wilderness. It was cloudy with a chance of meatballs. God had food raining from the sky. Moses was snapping on them. They was making golden cows, all types of things. But I think I can see the promised land. And one thing about me, I'm coming back with a good report. I don't care what it looks like, and there may be giants.
Come on.
But I am a conqueror, okay? Be like Joshua, strong and courageous, okay? So yes, girl, that's really what season 2 is giving.
I love this. One thing that I also, before we continue with the actual episode.
Oh yeah. That was just a preview.
I have a few updates that I would like to give the people.
Give them to them.
Friends, family, NKD
Foes.
Community,
Because y'all listen to
foes, whoever. I would like to thank God, who is the head of my life.
Come on, testimony service.
I have registered for the last semester of my master's program.
Oh, I'm get the sound effects this season.
Oh my God, y'all! Like, if y'all
She's
knew,
gonna be a therapist.
if y'all knew the warfare, the stress, the everything around this program from the beginning and this last semester specifically, Lord have mercy. But when I tell you that I am so grateful to God, I literally am like, when you say you can see Canaan, I'm gonna just say this.
Smell the fruit of the land.
I'm gonna just say
the milk
this.
and the honey.
Y'all gonna have to peel me off of that stage.
Yeah. She gonna speak in tongues that day.
Girl, and I ain't never spoken tongues a day in my life.
What's that sound when they be doing the videos talking about my mama at 4 o'clock in the morning talking about
Because no, for real, the way I'm be acting up a fool, I might weep. And y'all know I like to cry.
She is gonna cry.
I don't know if I can wear makeup that day. Because the way I'm going to weep.
All I know at my graduation, there was a puddle.
Not you exposing me.
You exposed yourself when we came back.
Did I tell them that?
Yes.
Oh, wow.
I thought I was going to cry. Me graduating didn't even sit in until like 2 months later. But it set in for them.
I was weeping because my sister worked so hard.
So if she weep like that for me, I'm gonna weep for her too. I didn't see what she has been going through, baby.
Oh, Jesus.
She damn near taught a class. That's a story for another day.
A story for another day. All right. Well, sister, what you got for us today?
Oh, let's get into the strip down.
Yes, ma'am.
I really wish we could. You can change songs for different meanings. I'm not gonna sing it. I just want to see you strip. Our strip down question for the day is: if your week was a weather forecast, what would it be?
That's fun. Like this week specifically,
Mm-hmm.
I would say, okay, y'all remember when you used to go on field trips in elementary school and middle school, and there was just like an air that you knew you was going on a field trip when you woke up in the morning?
Go to Subway.
I mean, and you just knew that you was going to go on a field trip. It was just like that all week. For the most part, that was what my week felt like. It just felt like partly sunny.
I was supposed to say
partly sunny with some clouds, sprinkles of rain. But when the rain settled, the grass was still a little wet.
Rainbow.
You know what I'm saying? The rainbow came out. Like
it was actual rainbow.
Actual wet rainbow this week. It just felt I think the word I'm looking for is, it felt like an air of newness for this week. And I don't know what exactly it is. I don't know.
I feel like we literally stepped into the new season.
You know what I'm saying?
It was a crossover this week.
I definitely feel it. I feel that for sure.
A shift in the spirit.
Come on, shift in the spirit. Candace, what is
Rush your tongue up?
Could you please, for these people coming to treat us?
Yeah, they don't. I was speaking tongues for real.
Look, and they now gonna be irritated.
We got a runner.
What is your week's forecast, sister?
Yeah, it was partly sunny. It gave it was a cute 72 on the weather.
Okay.
It was quite a little wind. It wasn't still a perfect day. It's sunny. 75, no wind. That's perfect weather. But you know what? It wasn't perfect, but it was good. It was just I'm enjoying it. The sky was clear. It was beautiful.
I mean, word to prophetess Janae. She said, it ain't perfect, but everything is beautiful.
Everything is beautiful.
Well.
We looked at the sky today he really snapped on his painting today. He really, the brush strokes. I appreciate it.
Did. So, yeah, it felt good this week. I feel hopeful.
I feel, hope. Hope is the word.
Hopeful, for sure.
My faith was rose up in me this week. Okay, I got a new type of faith walking around here.
Come on, new type of faith. I'm here for it, really, because if y'all have been rocking with us and listened to us last season, we was fighting for our lives. seasoned.
Girl, and people be talking, because look, we be doing these episodes, and sometimes we don't remember what we be saying. It was like, yes, I really resonated when you said. I said what?
And I don't remember saying that.
I don't know why I would tell y'all that.
Because in the midst of me saying that, I was probably fighting for my life. All life really is fighting for your life every day.
Valleys and mountaintops. Okay.
Sometimes multiple times a day.
But it feels like God is leveling out the land.
And we love that.
I'm so churchy today.
We love that. I mean, look, I'm here for it because truth be told, y'all will be receiving far more churchy this season than last. Because the way I have to praise the Lord for I'm finna sound like I'm 75, but that's a part of my brand. Grandma is the baby. I really, truly understand why people go so hard in church. When you grow up, you be like, you doing too much. You ain't got to cry. Every Sunday. Why is you jumping? Baby, what God has done for me. I cannot tell it all.
I cannot tell it all, but I'm going to tell you. I am not compromising it. It always flows off the tongue, the gratitude. And even sometimes when I slip up, the gratitude come back to clear it up.
Yeah.
Like, God has saved our lives, literally.
So many times.
And it feels, like I said, he is a promise keeper. I'm really seeing, like, the favor being shined upon. So I'm excited.
Indeed. Sister, as we've closed out the last season and now we are entering this new season, literally, figuratively, and for the podcast, what are some of like your expectations? What are some things that you're like hopeful for?
Community.
Okay.
I don't know if I'm speaking vision. I actually see like us having a physical community. I see us being in physical spaces and actually creating that type of communal and actual relationships with people, young women, young men. We'll try to get some men for y'all this season because God, it just ain't for the girls. And you see like the podcast spaces, and when it comes to like Christian podcasts or faith-based podcasts, it's majority women. And men need that too. Not saying that we can lead your community of men, but we definitely want to connect you with some men who can help walk with you.
For sure.
I see that season 2 is literally going to be a testament of God's faithfulness.
Jesus.
Literally. And if you've been watching since season 1, I feel like even like today is a testament of his faithfulness. Even like our spirits are different. The way we're speaking is different. I feel like we have a different glow about ourselves because God literally will carry you on eagle's wings when you feel like you are down and out. Like,
that's facts.
The storm. What's the little Kurt Franklin song? It's over now. It's over. The storm is over now.
Sister, I don't know that song.
You what? That's old Kurt Franklin. I'm gonna have to play that for you,
please.
I'm gonna have to play that for you,
sister. Not on today.
I'm finna pull it up.
Please.
No.
One thing about
because I won't let you get away with it. What you mean you don't know the storm is over now?
One thing about Candace is she will not let me not know something. Sister, I said I don't know it. It's fine.
I don't like that.
Well, child, I agree with all that you just said.
I can't believe she just told
so
me.
we're not moving forward.
No,
we're gonna,
I see what you tried to do there, but it did not work.
So we're going to wait for Candace to play the song.
Rock with me. TT will talk to you while we rock out together. Hope you're having a blessed day. You don't know the song? You don't know that piano intro? I do forget his sister's African.
Like, what are we actually talking about?
Because, baby, this is what it's given.
Oh, girl. Turn it off. I know the song.
Oh. I think I let them say it.
The thing about it, okay, we gonna get flagged. You're over here playing too many seconds of the song.
The storm is over now.
We have a spectator. Good morning.
Why you got me
but no, so I do know the song. I just didn't know in the way that you sang the song.
My rendition. I feel like Jade from the camera.
Like she always mixing and remixing the
you
song.
You know what? Jade, I really resonate with her. And you
know
what?
I like Jade.
And if I was to start off the podcast with a song, I would. But I'm going to spare y'all. Anyways, vision, community, a testament of God's faithfulness.
What about personally?
Personally, I was getting there. I'm glad we're there. I expect to grow in my revelation of God and His Word, because still again, the entity who is God is so complex that girl, you think you know Him. He be like, girl, you don't know me. You don't know me. He ain't saying it like that. That's how I'm saying it. Because you be like, God be like, and people like, God would never say it. Undeepen yourself. You're too deep for me. Deepen yourself. You pissing me off. No, but the revelation, like, even like, I'd be like, God is so much more. He is so great. He's so great that the word great doesn't even encapsulate who He is.
Mm-hmm.
I expect to grow in my discipline. Discipline is one of my words for the year. And I've been doing that with my health. Child, I've been working out every day.
Come on.
Every day. Discipline with not just like my health, but also the way that I eat. And I feel like when you get disciplined in your spiritual walk, it spills over in other areas. Personally, I like to grow better in financial responsibility.
Facts.
Because He is giving me more to steward. And I want to be a good steward, because when you steward over few, He can give you more.
Mm-hmm.
And I want to be trustworthy to God. I want Him to be able to trust me more. So, yeah.
We love that. Absolutely. I mean, all of that, and because I agree with all of the things. I think what I'm really excited for this season, as a podcast, as a brand, is the opportunity to really expand in like what exactly this is.
Mm-hmm.
I don't believe that Naked Conversations is supposed to just be a podcast. Like,
no.
I don't believe that we're just supposed to like do these monthly things. I think that it is truly like, I fully believe that Naked Conversations is a form of ministry,
mm-hmm.
and not in like your traditional way, but I think that it's community advocacy. I believe that it is an opportunity for people to really be naked and unashamed, like in whatever that looks like.
In any stage
of your walk and in any stage of your life.
Yeah.
I was having conversations with my young people at work, and I think that there is a large gap between how they experience the world and how we receive their experience.
Mm-hmm.
And I want to be able to open up that space. Like, even with this degree that I'm getting, I don't believe that anything is by happenstance. I believe that me becoming a licensed therapist will allow us to be able to expand this brand.
I was thinking that too.
To things like having actual moments of Jesus
certified,
Jesus plus therapy, because all of those things can be in the same place at the same time, coexist, and actually like develop you further. So that's one thing I really desire for this new season of Naked Conversations. And moving forward, obviously, like, this won't happen overnight, but I believe my God can do all things, everything, in any way He desires to.
We learned this week, He desires to, but sometimes God don't even do all the things the way that He desires, because He just moving on your faith. So now we asking God, let us ask you the unusual things, the untypical way of doing things, so we can really see you in your fullness. Because God ain't got to do it the way we can see Him doing in church all the time. When it comes to like deliverance and blessings, because sometimes He ain't got to touch you. We ain't got to do all the theatrics. He can just speak a word over the thing, and it is done. So that is what I'm really like excited for Naked Conversations. The other thing I really am excited for Naked Conversations is having like guests on the show, and like really like delving into people's lives, talking about like the uncomfortable things, because y'all have heard a lot from us. And I think that we have something to offer. We should share the space with somebody else. Let them speak.
But I think that there is so much wealth in the stories of other people, like so much wealth of like knowledge, like things that I learned, like even when we were doing like the Instagram lives, like
I was just thinking that
I can recall so many like conversations, like the conversations that we've had with certain people that really like stuck out to me in my mind, and thinking like, wow, if God can do it for that person,
Mm-hmm.
if God can take this person from here to here, if God can do all of those things for them, then I can as well. And also it gives me new perspective on things I may have been so like locked into believing that this is the only way that it can happen.
Mm-hmm.
That it can happen literally any other way. I remember like when we were talking to Dr. James, and you know, she has like a kind of like untraditional like story. She is a single mother who was married, had a kid under covenant. It didn't work out the way it needed to.
She did things the right way.
She did things the right way, and she's still in the situation, and she is thriving in that situation. And I think that is a light that we want to like bring to those kinds of stories, because too often we hear, do it this way and it'll turn out like that. But that's not always the case.
What happens when God don't give you the result of what you thought your action should have been?
Listen, what happens then? And so those are the conversations that I'm really excited to have this season. On a personal level, honestly, I just want to continue to thrive in like joy.
Mm-hmm.
I have been like really delving into the idea of doing everything out of love and what that truly means. And a lot of that means dying to myself.
Facts.
And so dying to what I would like to do. And okay, I heard you, Holy Spirit, got it. Because I had a situation yesterday. He's like, well, you didn't die to yourself yesterday. I heard you, my bad. We're going to talk about that in my naked confession. But like a lot of it is, how can I put my life, my wants, my needs on the line for the greater cause of those around me, so that I can still experience the joy that you experience by being in proximity to you. Mm-hmm. Because if I'm honest, I think that we've turned love into this very selfish idea.
It's very selfless.
When it's truly selfless. Like community is literally supposed to be the epitome of love. Because in a community, you are required to care so much about the other person and the well-being of the other person, because the well-being of the next person is the well-being of yourself.
Girl.
Like, and like, if you haven't read All About Love by Bell Hooks, please.
It will read you.
Please.
Y'all know that's my book.
Please read All About Love by Bell Hooks. So many great themes in the book. So many great themes. And I think that has helped me to really like hone in on the concept of love in practice, not just in theory. And that's what I like desire for myself in my work, in my friendships, in my business, in all of the things. That's what I desire. I desire to move out of love in like holistic love that's not sacrificial to my detriment, but sacrificial to the advancement of those around me.
It's so funny that you say that. So at work, because I told you God is very we're gonna use the word funny. I do finance business, but I told y'all God be having me in school to work with kids, and now I'm doing this practice where I do like restorative practice circles with like the young women, and probably will be like some of the young men. And so I like create the topics of what we're talking about for the week. And so I use community. And so the quote I used was by Martin Luther King, when he said, whatever affects one directly affects us all indirectly. I can never be what I ought to be until you are what you ought to be.
Yeah.
You can never be what you ought to be until I am what I can never be what I ought to be until you are what you ought to be. We are in an interrelated, inescapable reality.
Yeah.
We all, the betterment of the community is me caring for you.
Yeah.
And if you're not good, then I can't be good.
I can't be.
But we don't see that because we're very selfish now. And I think even mostly in like in a westernized American society, it's all about self. But that's another reason why we're not thriving. That's another reason why we don't have progress, because you just making sure you good. As long as you good, you know, nothing else matters.
How about that's how we are in Christianity?
And everything is a business.
How, not even just that. How about when I get saved, it's just me, and I'm not even considering. We just had this conversation. I'm not considering how my life it like impacts your life, how my walk impacts your walk, how maybe the way that I move may impact your like low points or your weaknesses. Like I don't consider that, because I don't consider our realities to be interconnected in any way. And it's so important that like I know now, like there may be something that's not particularly a struggle for me, that may be a struggle for Candace. And because I love Candace, because I care for Candace, I do things to ensure that when we are around each other, that I am not putting her in a position to fall or to fall short in that area. And I think that we care so much about ourselves, and we take the verse, that we should contend for our own faith. I think we take it so literally that yes, contend for your own faith. But the word also says that if your right hand causes your left hand to sin, cut it off. Right? That means that, obviously not literally.
I'll never forget when I read that when I was younger.
I'm like, you for real, G? It's too much.
Wait.
But like literally, if something that I'm doing is causing Candace to fall short, it's either she needs to cut me off or I change. Deborah, change in order to ensure that this other part of my body is functioning to its full capacity. You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
Yeah.
So when we talk about new seasons, I want to talk about what do you have to do to fully walk into a new season and what that has looked for you, of you stepping into a new season personally. Not even so much as a podcast, as we talked about that, but I feel like lately, I don't feel like the shift would have happened if we held on to a lot of things from our old seasons, what we talked about before, literally closing all those doors and letting go, which we brushed over it last season about like, you can't hold things too tightly. We were talking to ourselves. Cause baby, we wrapped those things up completely like last week. If we keeping it a buck with y'all.
For sure.
And to be understanding that it will be okay. What God has for you is truly greater. The process is purpose in the process. And I think we be so focused on getting to the destination or getting what we want that we don't take the lesson in what we were in and actually reflecting on back. What did I learn from here? Because please look for your lesson or you will stay there. You will go back.
What did we learn? I tell my students that all the time. So what did we learn here?
What did we learn? What won't we be doing? What we need to take with us? What don't we need to take with us? And understanding. Personally, when it came for like leaving a new season, of course, work, I had to leave. Some relationships, baby, I had to close the door all the way. And God was like in my ear, like, sister, this ain't gonna work. And I'm in my head like, I ain't gonna work, but let's see if I can make it work. I think I can put some screws together.
We love being Bob the Builder.
Girl, I did that for about a week.
Before you start getting irritated.
I get irritated, and now I'm acting in my flesh. And God was like, what is you hot and bothered for? I've been told you to wrap this up.
No, for real. And did.
It was very clear. It was clear as day. But, wishful thinking. Or I don't even know if I should call it wishful thinking. Me just wanting my way. Being stubborn. And God was like, okay, go ahead if you want to sit here again. And it wasn't even like in a whole like a relational way, but you will sit here for a whole bunch of other things. And we be so worried about things not changing or we not getting the blessing or the promise that we thought we were supposed to get. But maybe because you still in some stuff that God been told you to wrap it up. And you can't step into your newness and your fullness if you still playing with old things. God can't open a new one until you fully shut that glow.
You said till you stop playing with old things, baby. I said, oh.
Like, and it's okay. He may bring you back, he may not. But what was the lesson that we learned here? Are we really trusting God? And I feel like that's one thing that God been on me about. Like, do you really trust me? And I said once, like, trust is a form of worship in your day-to-day life. Like, do you really trust that I got you in all things, in all areas? Have you really surrendered all areas to me? Have you really gave it all to me? Or you working on your own flesh and your own power and some other things. And when I fully let go of all the things, including my attitude, because God been on my head, on my top about my heart posture. And we don't realize that God is more into your heart. He is more concerned about the little things, which really causes big things that we talk. Remember, we had a season in church called Small Foxes. It's always the small things that will cause big turmoil. And so He was like, girl, your attitude is nasty.
Yeah. And then
you see that?
And then it comes up later if we don't address it as soon as we notice it.
He was like, we need to wrap that up. I need you to apologize for things that you wouldn't even think I would have to apologize for. Mm-hmm. Like, imagine going to apologize. You know what? I apologize that I thought a very prideful thought towards you. Why do I need to share that with them?
And
child, God had me apologize. He was like, girl, you fine. I don't see nothing. I said, no. I don't think you understand what's going on here. God sees things and I know what's going on too. We know what's going on here and here. It ain't clean.
Yeah.
Because outwardly, I look like a strong woman of God, girl. She is really walking through and through. Girl, I'm a mess. I'm toe up. And I understand you're probably going to be toe up for the rest of your life. That's okay because we're human. Baby, we were born in sin. But as you continue to walk with God, you have to do difficult things and difficult work to address it and then course correct. We need to correct. Are you really going to let God check you on some stuff? But I think about the verse I think it's Job 5:20. Blessed is the one who the Holy Spirit corrects. If God does not care, he will not correct you. He'll let your heart get hard.
And he's allowed it for a lot of people. You've read it all through the Bible. He allowed Pharaoh's heart to be hard. He allowed it. Pharaoh could have been like, all right, cool.
Not even that he allowed it. He made his heart hard. And I'm glad that God keeping me soft. Keep my heart soft. And I be telling that, if I ever say anything to you, it's something that God has always been dealing with me. Even if you, in your discovering phase of like who God is, or you're questioning it, you early on in your walk, my literally only advice, like even how I got to where he is, just keep your heart soft.
Yeah.
Keep your heart open. And I don't mean that in like a sarcastic way, a typical way. No, keep your heart open. Let him be able to knock at that door and you answer. Let him to come around and move some chairs around.
Whatever that looks like.
And I be getting offended sometimes. I be like, hold on, let me check me.
Because he moving the chairs, baby. The chair is his.
Girl, he moves things around. Maybe he throws things out the window. He flipping the tables over in the temple.
All of the things.
But it's a blessing. Because if he didn't care, because sometimes women only understand things when you put it in perspective of men. You know how when you really care about men, you on his head, you nagging, you keep talking. But when you don't care, you don't say nothing no more.
It's over with.
So let God keep talking to you. Let him keep pointing out things. Let him keep be like, oh, girl, what is that attitude? What was that thought you just had? Why did you think that?
He asking questions like a therapist. Well, have us not do that again.
So why do we think that thought?
Let's unpack that.
Dirty boxes. He got roaches and everything crawling on. I didn't even know that was in my house. But God trying to come into you, he trying to make you clean so he could be like, oh, it don't smell like roaches or nothing in here. This is nice.
Nice. Real nice.
And I'm starting to see the cleaning. Now, granted, we still got some cleaning to do, but when I finally let go and let God, I felt the shift. The blessings started to come. They really start. And I'm saying don't, because it was a long time coming. Don't think you let go and the blessing's supposed to be there the next second, baby. He'll let you wait. He know it's not, you can't trick him.
Look, and it may not, he may knock on your door the next day. Because look, he do untypical things for people.
It looks different for everybody.
For sure.
The way he do it for me might not be the way he do it for you. Seek him diligently. Seek his face.
With all your heart.
You surrender and seek. Surrender and seek. S&S.
The only thing I want to leave everybody with, and this is something that I've been like thinking about a lot as far as like moving into new seasons and like keeping my heart open, my mind open, all of the things, is that I've come to the realization, I posted this on my Instagram the other day, like I truly don't know anything. And like in the figuratively, literally all of the things. Like I think sometimes like we get so locked into the idea of who we've created ourselves to be that we block off all opportunity for growth, for development, for advancement, all of the things. Like, for example, there had been a point in my life when I just knew I was going to be a medical doctor. So that was my identity. I was locked in with it. So when it was time for me, when it actually finally hit me that I was not going to be a doctor, that was not the call of God on, or the assignment of God on my life, it was difficult.
World was up in flames.
It was difficult to let go because I had that thing like this. It became like a core belief about myself that I would not let go. But the moment I let go, I actually allowed myself to like be open to a whole new world of knowledge, a whole new world of careers, a whole new world of possibilities and like sectors that I never even knew about, that I found that I'm actually really passionate about and that I really enjoy. All that to say, currently in this season of my life, and as we are like transitioning into whatever else it is, the one thing that God has been like re-impressing on me is that understand that you are able to change your mind at any point. And by what I mean by change your mind is you are allowed to gain new information, gain new knowledge, gain new revelation, and allow that to impact the way you move, the way you speak, the way you love, the way you interact with the world around you. Like sometimes it's difficult to receive new information and then immediately allow it to change you because you are so concerned about how it's going to look to the next person. Like, if I have a student, and they're notably mean, but let's just say I have a kid who's just been really mean, and one day something happens and it just changes her life around, and then she comes to a class the next day, and she's just ready to go. She's excited, she's happy, she's whatever. Now, the initial reaction will be shock because the person I knew and the person who's standing in front of me is different. But at the end of the day, my perception of that person doesn't impact them more than their perception of themselves and their willingness to take that path on to being better. So like, I want us to, as a community, as a like collective, to be so locked in and focused in on the joy and the opportunity of learning.
The
possibility of it all, like learning and growing and gaining and all of the things, because truly and honestly, we don't know anything.
And that's when wisdom comes. When you truly understand that you don't know nothing. And give other people that grace too, just as you allowing yourself to take on new identity and let God show you who you truly are. Let people do the same.
Yeah. Yes.
And that's going to be a whole nother episode because it's so much.
Stop holding people to the identity that you've known them to.
Where you left them at. I do have an anchoring verse.
Okay.
For what I feel like the season is. It's Isaiah 65:23-24. They shall not labor in vain, nor bring forth trouble, for they are the seed of the blessed of the Lord, for their offsprings with them. It shall come to pass before they call, I will answer, and while they are yet speaking, I will hear. So know that nothing's in vain. The work is in vain. You changing yourself in vain. You laboring and working and walking with God and seeking Him is not in vain. And no, baby, before you called, He heard you. And while you were yet speaking, He already answered. It's already written. It's already done. You just have to hold on to the word, the promise, the faith of it all, and keep pressing forward. Like I said, season 2 is the testament of God's faithfulness.
Thank you, God. Please. Candace, what's your naked confession for the day?
My naked confession is I have let go, but I just needed to be sitting the fact that God gives everything with a purpose. That includes beauty. And I think I said to you last Saturday, God has given me beauty and it attracts men in. And for some reason, they always tell me something about their relationship with God and He wants me to speak to them. That does not mean that's going to be my man. Candace, release, let go. Because sometimes they be really fine. And I hear God be like, baby, he ain't going to see you ever again. He probably thought because they see the light too. He probably thought he done found his wife. Whole time, I'm just a seed sower.
The whole time he just found Jesus.
And understand, baby, this is with a purpose. Yes, I am letting your beauty, and this is why you have to present yourself well. Because I don't want to be contradicting what's coming out of my mouth.
So what I look like, yeah.
But as they come in, keep a kind heart, because we'll probably talk about this, because it was somebody that I had dealings with in my past. And I ain't too much like him. And God was like, babe, I'm gonna need you to be kind. Because I'm trying to give you a word to get him, but you don't want to get in the word because where you left him. Allow people to evolve and change, take on new identity.
Please.
And keep a kind heart towards everybody. And so one, I'm working on being kind at all times, because I can be mean. I don't know why God has given me a gift to really talk about people. And not even that. God has given me a gift for words, and the devil perverts. So just how I have words to truly edify and say something to you that could be shifting for you, I can use that shift to be not edifying and that are not salted with grace.
Yeah.
And so I'm allowing to understand, God, you probably did brought this man on here so I could tell him something. Like, why you got me out at the Huxton praying for this man in the middle?
Now, why would you tell these people where we at? Don't come there.
I didn't even say that. You told them. I was just using that example. Now they know. But
that was literally... Anyways, y'all. Is that the end of your naked confession?
Yeah. God will let your beauty be used to minister and evangelize.
He let her beauty.
Yeah, he can do it for anybody.
He can, but we talking about you.
Yeah.
Your naked confession.
Yep. And that don't mean he gonna be my man.
Black people.
I was like, I like that. And then they're gonna say, we're not converting. Why can't I?
We're just not. We've had enough.
I had to go home and pray. I'm like, God, not my will, your will. Not my will, your will. Not my will, your will. Not my will, your will.
I sat there, look at that girl. I said,
he could have been.
I said, lady,
was tall like I like him. Skin was deep and dark. Not a poor insight. How you get your skin to look so poorly? Looking like a porcelain doll.
So my naked confession is because this lady will literally go on and on and on. And she, okay?
Oh, no, my ring got on the couch. What is your next confession, Miss Foster?
My naked confession is that, the Lord is still working. Okay? I have a word.
Oh.
And my word is patience and grace. And understanding, and all of the words that may encompass it. Because I realize that when things are not going my way, or how I may envision it, or how I perceive it to go, I get really upset. And I feel like most people do, but like I get upset in a way that's like
seeing red.
Lord. If you in Chicago, nope. If you're in Chicago, there is this thing that's going around. This lady done blew up somebody else's car allegedly.
When that happened?
Girl, this girl done blew up this other girl car because she was playing on her top, I guess, about doing her lashes or whatever. The lash tech like kept rescheduling and was like canceling. She said she was rude to all of the things. Like she just was doing bad service allegedly. And so the girl set her car on fire.
In real life?
I'll show you the video when we leave.
What?
Yes, in real life.
Girl, people, the Lord keep the people's
minds. But when I tell you that, I would never do that. Let's preface this by saying that's not me saying that I would do that. This is me saying that the anger that I feel on the inside of me, if not controlled, can manifest into that. Okay. But I think that God is really just working on me in that area to give more grace, to be more patient, to be more kind, to be more loving, and to just really like charge a lot of this stuff to the gang. Because I really be wanting to get my lick back. And I mean, we talked about this last season, but like the way that God is really not letting me get my lick back on nothing.
Vengeance is the Lord's.
Vengeance is the Lord's in every like sense of the way. And also back to the whole like God will use you to be a witness to his glory. Girl, you can't be a witness to his glory and you over here cursing this girl out. And I didn't curse the girl out, but I wanted to. And deep down in my heart of hearts, I felt like I was in the position to.
You had the right to.
Right.
Justified.
All I'm gonna say is God bless Chicago hairstylists.
Bad business.
I really want better for us. I do. I want us to be professional. I want us to provide services that are worth how much y'all charge, because y'all be charging a lot and then the service don't be up to par.
Or $50.
Like, I just want more for us as a community, you know? But I think that also is just a lesson learned to possibly spend my dollars elsewhere. And to just practice more patience with people, because people are experiencing life. Even if they are doing your hair, they are also actively still experiencing life. But that's all I have. God is still trying to soften my heart in that area, because, you know, I'm a Black girl at the core. My hair is important. Don't play.
Hit that mic crown.
My crown.
My crown.
You're silly. Any last words for the people before we get out of here?
I should have did this last season, but look, we will really appreciate it if you left us a rating, a review on Apple Podcasts, on Spotify, I believe SoundCloud. We're going to get our YouTube together. Leave them there. Like, comment, subscribe. Follow us on Instagram at NKD.Conversations on all platforms.
All of the platforms.
The TikTok, we will be talking to Tik this time, and if they let us keep it here in Americas. Until they take it, we will be on it. Tune in, tap in, let's connect. Okay? Got it. Now, my charge for you as we leave: stay naked, stay real, stay hopeful. Boom. Peace out, Girl Scout.
Bye, y'all.